So go ahead and get started. My name is CJ Stevens, Director of Member Services for State Employees Association. I just want to thank everyone for being on the call today. Our members, definitely thank you for your membership. If you're actively working, we appreciate you out there working for the state of North Carolina, and we appreciate your membership again. And then those retirees, we appreciate your service to the state of North Carolina and your membership. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this. First, let me go ahead and introduce the presenters today. Again, I'm CJ. I'm the Director of Member Services. We have Rhoda Ford, Sheila Walker, and Randy Wall. They're all member service insurance specialists. So these folks are the staff members that when you call in with a question or concern about your insurance products, they're the ones that answer those questions for you. So we appreciate them being on the call. And Amanda Wise is the digital communications specialist with SEANC. She is the one who's um, assisting us with all the digital communications here today. So thank her. And we do also have the insurance providers, and we'll introduce those as we go along and they get into their presentations. But I just wanted to thank them for being here. So this is a list of all the insurance products we offer at SEANC. So there's 17 products here. There's any kind of insurance you can think of, we offer. But today our focus is going to be on the plans that are offered through, basically comparing the products that are offered through the NC Health, the state health plan, and NC Flex. So we're going to focus on those just for open enrollment. If you do have a question, a concern about any of these products that you want to ask later, you can always email us that information or call us. I'll provide that information at the end of this presentation. But just be mindful that we're just focusing on the ones that are available for open enrollment at this time. These are the products that we'll be talking about today: vision, dental, term life, whole life, accidental death and dismemberment, disability, critical illness, cancer, and accident. Benefits of SEANC insurance plans. So one of the things that distinguishes SEANC from other the plans are that we do have year-round enrollment, which that means that, that's offers flexibility to you as a member because you can access and you can enroll in these products at any time you want. That provides a great benefit. So, even though it's open enrollment for the state health plan, our products are available to you throughout the year for enrollment. And you can make changes to those plans too, particularly if you want to increase your coverage. So if you have, if you have the standard plan, or, dental or vision, and you feel like you need more coverage throughout the year, you don't have to wait. You can just give us a call, or you can send the dental or vision form in with that updated information, and we will update your policy for you. We offer you $1,000 worth of death and accidental death and dismemberment insurance policy for all members. So that's automatic. So when you become a SEANC member, you do get that $1,000 AD&D policy. And of course, we'll talk about it later, but you can increase that coverage if you would like. $5,000 orthodontia, which is braces for your children up to age 19. That's a great benefit. There's no other plan that I know of that has this amount of coverage for braces for your children. And braces are expensive, about $6,000. Probably some of them could be more than that, but we will cover the $5,000 maximum benefit for braces. Guarantee issue within the first 180 days of your SEANC membership. So that applies mainly to the life insurance policy. So there's no health questions for the first 180 days of your membership. So, if you have a pre-existing condition, you don't have to disclose that for life insurance during the first 180 days. So that's a benefit to you as a member. Domestic partner coverage. So if you're not married, you have a domestic partner. Your domestic partner can get the same insurance benefits as you can. They can apply for the insurance products, or you can add them to the insurance products. So that's a great benefit. No, the state health plan does not offer that benefit. No waiting period. So that means you can start whatever you sign up for a plan, it starts immediately upon you signing up for the plan. So that's an extra benefit too. No extra fees for cosmetic lens. Uh, Randy or Sheila will talk about that a little bit more in detail in a few minutes. That's on our vision plan, of course. And then all of our plans are portable, which is a great benefit to you as a member. If you decide to leave state government, whether you retire, whether you seek employment somewhere else, you can continue your plans, your insurance plans. You just give us a call, let us know that you're leaving, and we can make arrangements as far as your deduction for the payment for the insurance plans, because you will no longer be on the payroll deduction if you're not a state employee. So we have the bank draft option, and we have other options like annual or invoicing. So that's a great benefit too. So just remember, all of our plans are portable. That's a huge benefit. All right, next. So this is our insurance guide. So to access the guide, you go to scenic.org /insurance. You can download that guide, and look through it and look at the prices there, the plans, compare those. That guide is available to you at any time, for you at any time. So first, we're going to get started with the vision plan by Specterra. Again, it's one of the best plans out there, and I will let Sheila go and talk about the vision plan. Hello. Is Sheila on?
I'll take it, CJ.
Go ahead, Randy.
As you can see posted on the screens are our rates. We have 3 different plans under each, and there's the rates, member, member plus one, or member plus family, very reasonable rates on it. Next slide, please. Your exams are covered every 12 months. It's a $15 copay, but it does cover an eye exam every 12 months for you. Doesn't run calendar year. If you get it done in February, it'd be February of the next year on it. There it lists what the lens copays are and the frames copays are. And here are more of the coverages under each plan. Our enhanced option 1 is our most popular plan. The biggest difference between enhanced option 1 and option 2 is you can replace your lenses every 12 months on option 1. That's lenses every 12 months. On option 2, you replace lenses every 24 months. Frames are replaced every 24 months on both plans. Down under the cosmetic lens options, it lists the scratch resistance, the deluxe progressives, edge coating, photochromatic tints, and so forth. The standard plan only covers line bifocals and trifocals, but enhanced option 1 and 2 covers progressive lenses, which is important nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Again, here's a list of options that are covered under option 1 and option 2. Scratch resistant, edge coating, photochromatic, tints. I have the photochromatic and tints, and my glasses love it, absolutely love it, and didn't cost me a thing. And here's just an example of the plan cost for hours versus a different plan. As you can see, our plan costs a little bit more, but there's a lot more coverage in it, a lot more coverage in this thing. And now we're going to go into our dental, which is by United Healthcare. Again, we have 3 different programs on the dental, the basic, core, and premium, and the premiums for it are posted there. You can cover the gamut from yourself and a child, yourself and a spouse, to everybody in your household. The annual maximum benefit under our premium plan is $5,000, which is really good. And that's $5,000 per person insured. So if you have your wife and 2 kids insured, you each get $5,000 coverage in that year. Orthodontics, $5,000. It pays up to 50% of the cost of orthodontics, up to $5,000, but it just covers your kids up to age 19. We have people call a lot about adult orthodontia. I do not know of an adult orthodontia program out there. I don't want to say there's not one, but I've researched. In our premium and core, it covers major services such as bridges, dentures, and crowns, different percentages depending on whether your dentist is in the network or not. Under the core plan, under the premium plan, it pays 50%. If your dentist is in the network, they can control what he charges. So it's 50% of usual and customary charges. If he's out of the network, they can't control it, but it does pay 50%. Oral cancer screenings and prenatal dental care has now been covered under the plan at no cost. Here again is the out of plan and in network under core. You can see for preventive, if your dentist is in the network, it's 100%. If he's out, it's 80%. Basic services under the core, 80% in, out 70%. Under our premium, the preventives are covered at 100% and the basic at 80%, again, whether your dentist is in the network or not. Here's a list of some of the major services: bridges, dentures, realignments, root canals, and tells the percentage of those covered there.
Okay, at this time, we're going to go into the term and whole life insurance discussion. So we'll move forward with that. Thanks, Randy, on the dental and vision. So we have, Rhoda, you're going to talk about the difference between the term and the whole life.
Yes, sir. So welcome. Glad to see all you here today. So the main thing about term and whole life insurance is that term is considered temporary insurance and whole is considered permanent. Term is like, it's more affordable. Whole life does cost more. With term, your premiums can change, but with whole life, they stay the same. They are constant. So the main way to think about term insurance is it's kind of temporary and to meet obligations that may be things that you would encounter in the beginning of your financial life, like mortgages and children, college tuition, that kind of thing. So it's very affordable, but yet it is not something that you would count on for your whole life. Whole life insurance does grow cash value. After that cash value grows, it does grow slowly, but when it does, you can borrow against it. And we have a couple of guests here to explain our plans for the term and the whole life.
Okay. Yeah, we'll dive a little bit deeper into that in just a second here. So first, we're going to discuss the term life insurance policy. That product is offered by Boston Mutual. And today we're going to have Julianne Beckwith. She's with Boston Mutual. She will be here to talk about their plan. Hello, Julianne.
Hello, thanks for the introduction, CJ.
You're welcome.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us virtually today. Julianne Beckwith with Boston Mutual up here in Massachusetts. So Boston Mutual and SEANC have had a long history, and I'm thrilled to have been asked to present today for all of you. So I'll be presenting 4 different benefit options, the first 2 being the life insurance. So first I'll talk about the term, and then whole life, and later I'll tell you a little bit about our accident and critical illness plans. But we'll start with the term life. The term life will protect you or to protect your family if something happens to you. And it will also ensure that your family can pay the bills without your income, as most life insurance is designed to do so. So as a member, you may purchase up to $150,000 of Boston Mutual's term life insurance within the first 180 days of membership. That's guaranteed issue, as CJ had mentioned earlier, meaning there's no medical questions, exams, or evidence of insurability necessary. Your spouse may be insured up to $25,000 of the term life insurance for $6.75 per month, and that will cover them up to age 70, as this is term life insurance. You may also elect a $10,000 term life policy to cover your children, and no matter the number of kids, the premium will cost $2.20 per family per month to cover, whether you have one child or 5, 6, or more. Coverage is available for unmarried dependent children age 14 days through age 19 or age 25 if they're a full-time student. It's also important to mention that handicapped children are eligible for coverage over the age of 19. Only active employees are eligible to enroll. However, you can keep this coverage into retirement if you choose to do so if you're enrolled prior to retirement. So next slide. So here are some sample rates. So you can see for someone age 40, a $10,000 policy would cost $1.96 per month. A $20,000 policy would cost about double that. I think it's exactly double, $392 per month. And I would refer you all to the brochure or, call a SEANC agent if you would like to get a quote specific to you or enroll in Boston Mutual term life coverage. Next slide, please. So next I'll talk about our whole life plan.
Let me stop you just for a second here. First, I want to make sure that everybody understands that we do offer several whole life policies at SEANC, and Julianne's going to cover the Boston Mutual, but we do offer the Boston Mutual whole life. We have the final expense whole life by Mass Mutual is available to active and retirees, and then we have the final expense whole life by Gerber. That is basically for our retirees. So, we just want to make sure that you understand that we do offer multiple life insurance plans through SEANC, and we have the brokers here, and they're going to discuss those. So Julianne's going to start with the Boston Mutual whole life.
So you may enroll in up to a $200,000 face amount whole life policy with Boston Mutual. Our coverage ranges also from $1,000 to $25,000 in $1,000 increments, which can be purchased as a final expense policy. This is available for unmarried dependent children, 15 days through 25, and grandchildren are eligible from age 15 days to 15 years as well. Active members are eligible to enroll up to age 72. Retirees, unfortunately, are not able to enroll in new coverage. However, you may keep any existing Boston Mutual whole life policy you are enrolled in at the time of your retirement. Next slide, please. So here are some sample rates. If you look across the top of the chart in blue, you'll see the premium amounts. So for example, for $13 a month, we'll go with a 40-year-old example again, could elect a policy, a $9,514 whole life policy. If you look over a couple columns for $117 a month, that same 40-year-old would receive close to a $100,000 policy, $99,960 to be exact. And once again, I would refer you all to the brochure or a SEANC agent if you would like to get a quote or enroll. And I think that's it for the whole life. So unless we have any questions on the whole or the term life with Boston Mutual, I can turn it over to the next presenter.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Julianne. So yeah, well, now we're gonna got Chris Kerrigan here with GPA. He's the broker for Mass Mutual. Chris, go right ahead, sir.
All right, hello everyone. Thanks for having us. I've actually got Cliff Davis here as well. So we got Dooley's here today. So the big thing about what Mass Mutual is offering for our final expense to the members and retirees as well, this is an evergreen enrollment. So it's not within the first 180 days of when you join the association. It's any time of the year that you feel that you need this coverage. So I want to make sure that everyone's aware of that. There are no medical exams required for both retirees or active. So those are the big factors there. If you're active member, you can get up to $25,000 of guarantee issue. And we're going to go into a little bit what the rates are. If you're a retiree, you do have to answer 3 questions. They're somewhat lengthy questions, but no exam is required. So, but that's why we had the Gerber, just to make sure that we can get those folks that need guarantee issue up to age 80. And I'll hit that one here briefly as well. So with whole life insurance, premiums will never increase. So once you purchase the coverage at age 40, when you're 60, you're paying the rates of a 40-year-old. You've got guaranteed cash value that accumulates on a tax-deferred basis over time. So it is paying dividends, and Mass Mutual is over 160 years old, and they're currently paying roughly around a 6% dividend. So I'll show you some cash value accumulation in a later example. Benefits are tax-free to beneficiary. So if God forbid you pass away, all the proceeds are passed through tax-free. And we also have a terminal illness provision, which if you're going to pass away within the next 12 months, you can tap into the death benefit to help you assist in any costs. So you can see the active members can get a guaranteed face amount from $10,000 to $25,000 per year, a lifetime maximum up to $100,000. You can even go up to $250,000 with simplified issue. Still no exam required. Spouses and dependents, we do need an active member to purchase at least $25,000 of whole life coverage for them to be eligible for the $25,000 for a spouse and dependent. And you can see grandchildren are eligible from age 15 days to age 26. Next slide, please. So let's use an example of a 40-year-old purchasing $25,000 of coverage. You can see the premium there is $35.75. So the guaranteed cash value, now this is either 10 years or to age 65, whichever is sooner. So on a previous presentation, I was not 100% aware of that. So 10 years from now, that 40-year-old that was paying $35.75 would have a guaranteed cash value of $7,581. That's using the guaranteed dividend rate of 4%. Now, like I said earlier, it's roughly running around 6%. So that cash value, that's what we can illustrate showing the guaranteed portion. Now, with that money, you can also use that if you want to go purchase a car, have a down payment on something, or you just have medical costs and you need to tap into another cash supply. That is your money, like it's in your bank account. And what you do is contact Mass Mutual, and within a day or two, they'll wire you the funds. So that is your cash. You're locked in at that rate. And I'm sure we may have some questions on that one in the previous presentations. We did have some questions there. If there aren't any, we'll jump right on to the Gerber. Gerber we brought in, they'll write from age 50 to 80, and retiree members. This is the key for them. We've had a little bit of movement there. They're looking for coverages between $5,000 and $25,000. No medical exams are required. No medical questions. So all the benefit is tax-free, and your premiums never increase. So this is truly guarantee issue for your retirees out there. I think we have a sample premium on the next page. Here we go. So if you're 70 years old looking for, let's keep it easy on that $5,000 column, you're looking at $50.05 for a male and $38.23 for the female. And that is accruing cash value as well within this policy. These illustrations don't show it because there's too many examples we could show, but it is building cash value similar to Mass Mutual, except it's not performing as well as a Mass Mutual. So if you're healthier out there and could get through these three questions, I'd always recommend we lean towards the Mass Mutual side. But if you feel you've had cancer in the last couple of years or heart attack or something like that, a life event, we'd want you to probably look at the Gerber. And I believe, I'm trying to get through this presentation rather quick for you folks. So any questions out there or anything, CJ? Cliff, you want to add anything?
How about the guarantee issue on the 25,000 for active?
Yeah, we hit the 25,000 on active. Like I said, you could do that 4 years in a row. So if you have an ailment, you were diagnosed with cancer, you have diabetes, something terrible like that, you could get $25,000 this year. Next year, apply and get another $25,000. The next year, get another 25, up to $100,000, no question to ask, guarantee issue, whole life with Mass Mutual. So that's really an amazing offer. So I'm hoping some people take advantage of that.
Okay.
And I would add this in, if I may, on that guaranteed issue on that 25,000. That's irrespective of any medical problems that you've got. And that's huge because usually companies on guaranteed issue like that, they will grade the death benefit in over a few years, maybe take 2 or 3 years to build up steam, or for the first few years, it'll just be return of premium if something happens to you. The Mass Mutual, for people who are actively at work, it is 100% of that 25,000, if that's what you choose, in benefit on day one. Absolutely on day one, with no medical, no physical, no nothing.
And I did see a question pop up. What if you pull the cash out? Are you paying taxes on it? How that works is, let's say you hypothetically have $5,000 of cash value in your plan and you've paid in $3,000. You could access the full $3,000 that you've paid with after-tax dollars and pull that back out of your policy with no taxable event. And then that additional $2,000, if you needed to tap into where the growth happened within the policy, you take a loan from yourself. So you don't actually have to pay back any interest. It's paid within the policy. So it's a lot of tax advantages to the cash value whole life insurance.
So you can be your own bank if you need money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good. All right, thanks, guys. We'll move on. Thanks if there are no more questions in the chat. For some reason, there we go. Critical illness. So we have Julianne back, and she's going to talk about the critical illness by Boston Mutual.
All right, hello again. So now I'll talk about Boston Mutual's critical illness coverage. So just a little stat for you. Every year, about 735,000 Americans have a heart attack. Many more are diagnosed with other critical illnesses, such as cancer, stroke, or even Alzheimer's disease. Critical illness is designed to lessen the burden of the out-of-pocket expenses if a life-changing illness or health event strikes. All benefits will be paid upon diagnosis, so meaning there's no treatment required to receive this benefit. All you need is, a note from the doctor saying that you were diagnosed. This is especially important because many times these health events require individuals to take time off of work, or they may need assistance from a family member or hired help, such as an at-home nurse. Critical illness plans pay even before most disability plans will kick in. A lot of times they have elimination periods and waiting periods. This plan pays upon diagnosis. So Boston Mutual will send you a check for the total face amount. We'll get into the sample rates coming up, but you can choose a face amount anywhere from $5,000 to $50,000. I also want to note that dependent coverage is available for your spouse and children up to the age of 26 with the children, and there's no additional charge to cover those children. They're covered for free, a word you don't usually come across when discussing insurance. So I like to touch on that. And as CJ mentioned earlier, the plan is portable. Even if you're no longer a member with SEANC, you can keep the plan at the same rate that you enrolled in. So here are some sample rates you'll see on the screen. So we'll go with a 40-year-old example. Again, a $10,000 policy would cost $18, or if you go up, $25,000 critical illness policy would cost $45. Again, any dependent children under the age of 26 would be covered for free on that plan. Also, I want to note this plan has a health screening rider. So if you go and see your doctor every year, you will receive a $50 benefit just for going to see your doctor. And I just, again, want to note this money goes directly to you as the policyholder upon diagnosis. The money can be used any way desired or any way it's needed. And we'll go to the next slide, I believe, to go over the conditions. So here you'll see a list of conditions going down the list, the 100% benefits, cancer, heart attack, stroke, coma, paralysis, severe burns, major organ transplant, Alzheimer's disease as mentioned, Lou Gehrig's, loss of sight, end-stage renal disease, or a benign brain tumor. You may notice the benefit percent listed next to it. I just read off all the benefits that are listed at 100%. If you were diagnosed with any of those conditions, you would receive the full face amount that you elected, whether it's, $5,000 up to $50,000, whichever benefit you chose, you would receive a check for that amount. There are 3 conditions you'll see on this chart that show a 30% benefit or next to the condition. These benefits would pay out 30% if you're diagnosed. So for example, if you as a member had a $10,000 policy and you needed a stent, you would receive a $3,000 check. Skin cancer is on there, you'll see, as a one-time payment of $300. These benefits will be paid out if there are additional reoccurrences. If you have another diagnosis, if you're diagnosed with multiple conditions on this list, I do want to note that they have to be separated by 6 months in order to pay out that second reoccurrence benefit or additional reoccurrence benefit. But so 6 months between those 2 events. Anything cancer related, there's a 12-month clause that you have to be treatment free there to receive an additional benefit. And once again, I would refer you to the brochure or call one of the SEANC agents if you'd like to get, a quote on yourself or your family or to enroll. So we can go to the next slide. So next I'll talk about our accident insurance with Boston Mutual. Similar to the critical illness plan, these benefits are paid directly to you. So, a lot of times people consider this maybe gap insurance. You may have copays, deductibles. If you get hurt and need to go, whether it's the hospital or urgent care, your doctor, these benefits will be paid directly to you depending on what happens to you. So group accident coverage, it complements your medical coverage by providing you with a benefit payment for covered medical expenses. Obviously, once your coverage is effective, this payment can be used as you see fit, especially with out-of-pocket expenses you may incur as a result of the accident. Again, this money is yours to do with, what you see fit or what's needed. So we can go to the next slide, please. These are the benefit categories. So under each category, there are a number of benefits with benefit amount payment, with dollar amounts that would be paid to you. So depending on what happens to you, if you need to be admitted to the hospital, there's benefits for hospital care, emergency room benefits, major injury benefits, any continuing care as a result of an accident. We also cover specific loss benefits such as, accidents as a result of a burn, eye injuries, emergency dental work, knee cartilage, and organized sports as well. There's benefits for diagnostic imaging and dislocations and fractures. Go to the next slide. So here are the rates. These plans are not age banded as some of the other ones we've gone over. But we do have 3 plan levels. So there's a low, a medium, and a high plan. The low being the silver plan, medium being gold, and high, the platinum plan. The difference being just the amount of benefits that are paid out for each plan. They all cover the same conditions. It's just a matter of cover the dollar amount that would be paid out to you. So once again, this one's pretty straightforward if you're able to review the brochure. And the brochure will have a list of all of the covered conditions. And I think that's a wrap on the Boston Mutual, unless anyone has any questions on the accident or critical illness that I can answer for you.
Okay. Are there any questions for Julianne? Thanks, Julianne. I appreciate it. So now we're going to go into the accidental death dismemberment. Is Sheila on today? Yeah. Okay, so you want to go through this, Sheila?
All right. SEANC offers the accidental death and dismemberment. It's a voluntary accidental death and dismemberment insurance, and it provides your family with valuable financial protection in the case of an unintentional death or dismemberment for any of the family members. You can have single coverage as well as family coverage. It starts out at $25,000 for the member and goes up to $500,000. Can I have the next slide, please? For SEANC members who just enroll in SEANC and you are a member, there's $1,000 accidental death in case something were to happen to you as a member. then you can enroll at any age. There's no changes with age. If you get $25,000 in coverage, you're paying just 88 cents a month for the individual and $1.30 a month for the family. We also have what we consider travel assistance services, which means if you travel outside of 100 miles of your home and there is a medical emergency, they will bring you back to your home. Can I have the next slide, please?
Okay, now we have the Colonial Life disability plan. So we have the broker, Fairleigh Grimes. He's with us and he's going to discuss Colonial disability. Hey, Fairleigh. Is he here?
Hey, CJ, thank you so much. Thank you to all the presenters. Thank you for all the participants. Thank you to you, CJ, and to SEANC for putting together this valuable educational format to go over these important benefits, especially now during the annual benefit season. Colonial is proud to have the contract through the bid process with SEANC and was awarded the contract for the disability program. And Colonial has been providing disability coverage to state employees for almost 70 years, and proud to be able to enroll through SEANC. Of course, total disability is when you're out of work, when you miss work from a covered accident or a covered sickness. And if you'll move on to the next screen, CJ, it gives a list of examples. These are just a few. They're creating new ways every day, it seems like, to have accidents or new sicknesses, including COVID. And Colonial has already paid out about $20 million in disability claims for COVID. And so it is, of course, that's a new sickness. You don't have new sicknesses every year, but certainly accidents and sicknesses will put someone out of work, and the chances of having a disability during your career are pretty high. So everybody needs to have paycheck protection. Examples of disabilities: a heart attack, injuries at home or on the road, anywhere that the injury occurs. It could be at the ballpark or while on vacation or out of state. We cover you 24/7 around the world. Planned surgeries that require extended leave, maternity leave, musculoskeletal problems such as back injuries, joints and knees and such, car wreck, stroke. That's just a list of a few. Any covered accident or sickness that has a medical background would be covered. If you go to the next screen now, our disability plan. With disability, you're looking at three factors. One is how much it will pay you, and we can cover up to 60% of your income. So if someone's income is $2,000, well, let's say, yeah, $2,000 a month, and 60% of that would be a $1,200 a month benefit. It is paid tax-free. So when you don't have to pay any income tax on the benefit, 60% of your income is worth close to 90% of your spendable income in order to pay your bills while you're out of work. The disability plan is effective on the first day of the month after the member enrolls. And for new hires, for new state employees, it is guaranteed to issue for 365 days from the date of hire. So someone could have been hired last November and could still qualify for guaranteed issue. It's a whole year that you have guaranteed issue. This is an example. Now, the first factor, how much it pays you per month, 60%, up to 60%. And most people like to have the maximum monthly benefit. The second factor is how long it will pay you. And we have four options: 3 months, which is what this example of premium rate shows, a 3-month benefit period. But we also have a 6-month, a 12-month, or even a 24-month benefit period. But the third factor is how long you're out before the benefits start to pay. And this elimination period is showing on this example 14 days for accident, 14 days for sickness, and that is calendar days, not work days. So we pay after 2 weeks out of work on this example. This is a very popular plan, the 3-month plan. That's the minimum benefit period with the 1414 elimination period. And you can see that the rate for someone under age 50 is $21.70 for a $1,000 a month benefit. If someone qualifies for a $2,000 a month benefit, then the premium would be double that. So you can factor out how much the, so it's enrolled per $100 of coverage. So it's $2.17 per 100. So 1,000 would be $21.70. That's how you calculate the premium. And your premium is locked in at the age when you enroll. It does not go up as you age. Your premium stays the same. And we do not reduce the elimination period from the benefit period as the plan through NC Flex. Their short-term plan is for 60 days. But they deduct the 14-day elimination period from the 60 days. So your benefits really start on the 15th day and pay for 46 payable days. The 60 days minus the 14-day elimination period, it leaves 46 days is the maximum that it pays on short-term disability. Ours pays for a full 90 days is the minimum on the 3-month plan. The next screen shows our 6-month benefit period and a few different elimination periods. We have multiple elimination periods. If you go ahead to the next screen, please.
Yeah, my computer is freezing up for some reason.
No problem. I can keep talking about the 6-month plan. Is very, very popular also. And with the 6-month plan, it'll pay you for 6 months after the elimination period. And we have multiple options on the elimination period. The lowest is what we call a 0 and 7. It pays from the first day out of work for an accident, a 0-day elimination period, which is shown here under the 6-month benefit period. The elimination period, 0 days accident and 7 days sickness, pays after 1 week for a sickness. That's the lowest elimination period for a sickness. So it starts first day accident, 8th day sickness. And you can see there the premiums for $1,000 a month benefit, $1,200, $1,500, $1,800. And that's for the 0-7. And then there's also the 0-14 elimination period. You can see what those premiums are. And so the longer your elimination period, the lower your premium. And so there's a 0-30 that's very popular for those who are very athletic and the weekend warriors are out there playing baseball and get hurt off the job. It is 0 and 30. It starts the first day accident after 30 days for a sickness. So we have something for everyone so that you can make the plan that fits your needs the best. There are several different factors that are important during this benefit season to be educated on the differences between our plan and NC Flex. And the plan through NC Flex, of course, is a group plan. It is pre-tax, therefore the benefits are taxable, fully taxable, state, federal, and FICA on their short-term disability because of the premium being paid with pre-tax dollars. You have to pay taxes on the benefit. With ours, it's a tax-free benefit. You don't have to pay any income taxes on it. But that's number one. The benefits are not taxable for our plan, but with NC Flex disability, it would be taxable. All policies pay in addition to and regardless of any other benefits or source of income that you may have, including workers' comp, sick leave, Social Security, state provided income, state health plan, or any other insurance. We do not reduce against, offset, or coordinate with any other source. Whereas the plan offered through NC Flex does coordinate with just about everything else that you're paid when you're out of work, and you're already covered after a year's service through the state with a short-term group disability plan, and that would offset against the NC Flex policy there. All policies are portable. They go with you regardless of employment status. The premiums remain at the same low premium rate. All policies are guaranteed renewable and cannot be canceled by Colonial or your employer as long as your benefits are paid. And so once you enroll, you've got a contract between you and Colonial that you can continue at the same rate even if you leave state employment. However, while you're with SEANC, your premiums can be payroll deducted straight through SEANC. When you retire, you can set up a pension deduction through SEANC, or at any time, you can put it on bank draft and pay directly to Colonial, and it's always the same low premium rate. All eligible employees are able to apply to enroll or cancel at any time. You don't have to enroll during a certain season and then you're locked in for a year. You can enroll anytime, 365 days. You can apply to enroll or cancel this coverage, but once you apply, it cannot be canceled on you. Your premium does not increase because of your age. And again, guaranteed issue for new hires within the first 365 days. And so I believe that covers it on the disability. I believe the next screen, CJ, is for cancer. We're very, very happy to have our very popular benefit-rich cancer plan. And this is not a group plan, it's an individually owned, guaranteed renewable. When you enroll, you own the plan and you can keep it forever. It's guaranteed renewable for life. It cannot be canceled. We cover so many, there's 34 different benefit types, such as radiation, chemotherapy, surgery and anesthesia, hospital income, travel benefits, family travel benefits. There it's loaded with, and there's 4 different options. So you can have you can start out with an inexpensive plan and then build up to a higher, all the way up to the Cadillac of plans. And CJ, if we can go to the next screen, the cancer premium is very affordable, and there's 4 different, one of the most popular is what we call level 2 plan, and here's the premiums, and it's the same premium for everyone, regardless of your age. So if you're 17 or 75, you still pay the same premium, which is $36.65 for an individual. You can see what it is for yourself and spouse. One parent family would be self and children are covered till age 26, all of your dependent children for $1.30 per month. And then the 2-parent family covers everybody in the family. But this premium includes our $10,000 initial diagnosis benefit. And that is something that NC Flex does not have on their plan. We pay you when you're diagnosed with an internal cancer. You can fax the pathology report to Colonial, and they will immediately overnight $10,000 tax-free money to you. Or what's new, they'll direct deposit it right into your bank account. And as I've said on all of these very important webinars, when someone is sick with cancer, they're worried about their treatment, they're worried about getting better. They don't need to worry about finances and how they're going to pay for it. With the cancer plan, they say 1 out of 2 men and 1 out of 3 women are going to have cancer in your lifetime. And here in North Carolina, they say 80% of families will have cancer. So it is something that, and the rate is going up. It's higher now than it has ever been. And so everyone needs to be protected with this, but what it offers is peace of mind that if you are stricken, you or your family member, you've got the money to help to pay for the out-of-pocket expenses, which can be extremely high and devastating. What is the next screen? I believe that may be it on the cancer. Okay, yes. To schedule an enrollment appointment with Colonial, you can email our office. We have an office that is staffed around the clock, and our email address, ncgov@coloniallifesales.com, or our phone number, 888-732-6248. That actually spells out 888 SEANC for you, SEANC, the number 4, and the letter U. SEANC for you is our toll-free number. And may I also say that we do have a third program, our Medical Bridge Hospital Confinement Supplement, and we're having guaranteed issue on it during this enrollment period for all SEANC members. It pays you if you're admitted to the hospital for any reason, accident or sickness, or if you have outpatient surgery, and many other benefits also. So that's a plan also that you can find out about by contacting us. CJ, thank you again. Thank you to all the presenters. Very well done and greatly appreciated. Thank you for the opportunity, and everyone have a wonderful afternoon. And I'm available if there are any questions. Thank you.
Thanks, Fairley. We certainly appreciate you. Thank you for your presentation. So just to kind of wrap this thing up, we got a couple minutes here. Are any questions in the chat there at all? I don't see any. But so just to remind everyone that you can enroll through our website. If you go to scenic.org/enroll, you can enroll in most of our plans directly online. We do have the forms that are fillable. You can just fill those out, upload those forms, and those forms will come directly to our insurance department, where we will process all the applications. I will remind you that when you, especially for the dental and the vision enrollment, so when you enroll, if you enroll before the 10th of the month, any month, your insurance becomes effective the first day of the following month. So that applies to 12 months out of the year. Like I mentioned before, we have the yearly ongoing enrollment, so there is no specific time to enroll in the products. So just be mindful of that when you enroll in those plans. Again, this is our insurance guide. Again, you can go to scenic.org/insurance to get a copy of that. It does have all of our plans, including the plans we discussed today. And you can get more information if you want to call our office. And we'll go over that in a minute. But enrollment instructions is scenic.org/how to enroll. And it will take you through a tutorial of how to enroll in the products if you have issues or questions with the enrollment process. Here is our contact information. The 792-3350, that number goes directly to our insurance department, or you can call the 800 number and leave a message, or someone will answer the phone. I will say that we are working remotely, but we have been doing so since April. But our office, we're still conducting business as usual, as normal. We haven't missed a beat. We're taking some of the same safety precautions that other businesses have at this time, but we do value you as state employees, and we're going to answer that phone call or email. So don't hesitate or think that we're not, just because the building is physically closed, that we're not open. So of course, if you want to email the insurance department, insurance@scenic.org, and someone will reply to your email if you have a question or concern about